They don't keep as strict a kosher as...
Whose hashgacha is that place up there?
I don't know, but I've never seen... There are no forbidden meats up there. When they buy their cookies and stuff, they come from kosher bakeries. So I've been there many times. There's no mixing of meat and milk.
So you're going to tell me the truth that they've broken away from the fuck you to Judaism group, and now they're the fuck you to the fuck you to Judaism group.
Well, I wouldn't call either of them the FU to Judaism, but if you want to call them that, they have, because for many years they did leave the Reform movement. Stephen S. Wise Temple left the Reform movement for many years. I don't know if they're in it now, but they did leave it for many years.
And where do they go to?
They just went their own way. And
so they became the fuck you to Judaism.
I don't use that kind of language. It's against the Torah. No, Dennis Prager is not a Reformed Jew any more than he's a conservative Jew or an Orthodox Jew. He sometimes davens in a Reformed temple, he sometimes davens in a conservative temple, sometimes davens in an Orthodox shul. So he's a part of all three movements of Judaism.
No, that's...
He doesn't belong to any one movement?
No, that's false. That's a falsehood right there. I don't care who the person is, that's a falsehood. You cannot be part of Frumkeit, of Judaism, of Torah Judaism, and also be okay with conservative or reform. You cannot dance at both chasanas simultaneously. You could, dabble with conservative and reform because they're both different forms of heresy. You cannot be okay with Judaism and also be okay with reform or with conservative. You can't. It doesn't work that way. You choose one, and you may say, I'm okay with Frumkeit, but I'm not ready to be from. I'm not from. I don't keep Shabbos, but I know that the Torah is true. I know that. Right? That's fine. But you cannot say, oh, they're just two different kosher forms of Judaism. That you can't say that. That is a statement. This is a logic error. It's a logic fallacy. You're not even paying attention at this point.
I'm listening.
I bet you know more about the game right now than you do about what I just said.
You want me to repeat what you just said?
Go ahead and repeat it.
Okay, according to Rabbi Rabbs, you can't dance simultaneously at two weddings. So, as an Orthodox, Rabbs doesn't like to use the term Orthodox Jew, but as a Frum Jew, as a Torah Jew, you can't have anything, you can't give any legitimacy to Reform and Conservative Judaism according to Rabbi Rabbs. Now, I say Dennis Prager is, whether you like it or not, he is dancing simultaneously at Reform, Conservative, and Orthodox synagogues. Whether you like it or not, he is. He speaks at many an Orthodox synagogue.
Okay, can I say my next piece?
Yes.
It's a logic fallacy. He may walk in the rooms of these places, but it is a logic fallacy, right? It's simple logic. We need somebody who majors in logic. Where's my ex? My ex Kala. She understands this logic stuff. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Judaism, from Torah Judaism, right, says, right?
Yeah.
You can't have any dealings with heretical movements. If you have dealings with heretical movements, and you also have your foot in Frumkeit in Judaism, that's a logic error. Because you can't have your foot in authentic Judaism while having a foot in a heretical movement. That's the logic fallacy. Because if A, not B, you're part of B, then you cannot be part of A. You may walk in the building, but you're not following it. Because to follow Judaism means to get rid of all anti-Judaism thoughts. To get rid of all... You can't... It's like I'm partially from, but I'm still following Christianity. Like I'm a little bit of both. You can't. You cannot do that.
Let me tell you a story.
Okay, my son.
So somehow I met this kind of homely woman at a party, and I wasn't interested.
Can I just answer this because
yes.
I'm looking? Every time I look into I don't look in that often, but when I look in, I always see something that's wrong. Mm-hmm. We're talking about Cantor, Eric Cantor. Can I just?
Yeah.
Eric Cantor is not from. Okay, Eric Cantor is not from. He davens at a frum shul on Shabbos.
Yeah.
His wife apparently keeps kosher, or his wife's mom keeps kosher at home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they actually keep kosher in his own home. I don't know if the daughter does keep kosher. He says he doesn't eat kosher meat, but there's an asterisk, he's a vegetarian. So since he's a vegetarian, he doesn't eat kosher meat, and he like trumpets that, I don't eat kosher meat, right? Which is great, and I'm not judging him. But let's not call him from, right? And the danger of calling someone from, I really have a problem with this. When you call someone from who's not, and then you see them do things like drive on Shabbos, then you go, oh my God, the Frummy is driving on Shabbos. And it just makes Frummies look bad, right? Let's wait and call him from when he actually keeps Shabbos. The other one they're talking about is Lieberman. Lieberman is Shomer Shabbos. And I know this for a fact because I was dating a woman in New Hampshire who happened to daven at the same shul he was at during the presidential campaign. He was living in New Hampshire, for the primary, and he actually walked in the snow for miles to the shul. And the guy is Shomer Shabbos, right? He also does some crazy stuff that I'm not thrilled about. Like,
let me tell you the story about. Go ahead.
Oh, you're already bored with me?
No, go.
But I wanted to clarify that. Okay, Eric Canner, please let's not call him from because it's going to do us a disservice when we see him driving on Shabbos and stuff.
So I met this homely woman, and
this game is getting out of hand.
So I think perhaps she had some cute friends. Anyway, we met at a party, and anyway, she invited me, like, hey, you want to meet up at this shopping center? We'll go for a walk. So sure, I didn't have anything better, so I went for a walk with her in the shopping center.
Yeah.
It was fine. She was homely. Okay, she was not attractive. And then we went back to her place.
So you only talked to the attractive. You only talked to the non-attractive ones, but the attractive one at Ralph's you shied away from. All right,
There's a time and a place for all things. There's a season unto heaven. All things have a season unto heaven.
Who's Kat? We got to say hi to Kat. Hi, Kat. Do we know her?
So,
hi, Kat.
She invites me back to her place.
Yes.
And she invites me to her room. She asks me if I'd like a massage. So she's homely, but I like massage. I just like it. May not be logical, but I like a massage. So I took off my shirt, and I lay down on the bed on my stomach. She rubbed my back, and it felt nice, even though she was homely. And then I turned over, and I think she said, would you like me to rub am I getting you aroused?
No, I mean, do you have the heater on?
And then she said, would you like me to rub your chest?
She said that.
Yeah,
okay.
I think she did. So
is there a point to this story?
Yes.
Because
so I rolled over onto my back.
We're talking about Prager. We're talking about Prager.
This is all the point. Then she...
No, it's not. You know what it is? My nephew said that whenever possible, you will bring this topic back to sex.
Why do you think this is about sex? Anyway, she then starts rubbing...
You got some broad giving you a massage on her bed. Why is this about sex? I have no idea.
She starts rubbing my stomach.
Okay.
And she was homely.
Did she make a wish?
Okay, so listen to this. So she's
I'm
rubbing
listening.
my stomach.
Okay.
And suddenly I had wood.
Now we're talking about sex.
Oh. It's not logical. It's not logical. It's not at all logical. It's like going to Reform, Conservative, and Orthodox. It may not be logical, but suddenly I had wood. I grabbed her breasts. I had sex with her.
No, this is a story. It has nothing to do with her. It has nothing to do with sex.
I couldn't wait to have sex.
Can
with
I just say this?
When she started rubbing my stomach.
Yaakov Kleinman for the win. Okay.
So it may not be logical. You may see, oh, Levi, there are certain philosophical shortcomings in this story because what you said here is not logical. It doesn't make sense. The Torah would not approve of this kind of behavior. This is no behavior for someone who aspires to Orthodox Judaism. How could you do this? This is wrong. But the stiff prick has no conscience.
Okay, so let me get this straight, if I understand your story. Going to a Reformed temple, right, is tantamount, it's Judaism's way of taking a homely chick back to your place and banging her.
It may be. It may not be logical, but suddenly, like, when the penis stands out, the brain leaves.
I think that happened this afternoon with who you were interviewing.
No, I was interviewing this afternoon. I was hard at work. Like, my mind was on journalism and Torah.
All right, let's get to the Torah while we're at it.
Okay, one last thing.
Oh my God, you see that commercial? What
do you think about the rabbis in Israel who all signed a letter saying, don't rent to non-Jews?
That was their decision.
But I mean, Israel's a democracy, and I mean,
we've
got non-Jews.
Whoa!